Hey everybody, it's Greg Rice here in the bucket, Pawtucket, Rhode Island. And before we get going, there's a Pepsi truck right outside that's been sitting there. And the driver has been counting wads of cash. Multiple, bank bags, right? Where you zip it and you put the cash in. And if you look at the side of the truck, it says, in a bright yellow sticker, it says, driver carries no cash, as he sits on a public sidewalk in front of the YMCA and counts cash. So you can't believe everything you read. Don't you know by now? But you can believe everything you read from Harvey McKay. Great article. We're going to share it with you today. It's called The Impact of Action. Okay, and I referenced the previous article from him, The Necessity of Action, which is actually on my wall behind me. Before we get into it, he references T. Boone Pickens, who is a very highly successful entrepreneur, corporate reader, and he said in his commencement remarks at George Washington University, quote, "Be willing to make decisions. That's the most important quality in a good leader. Don't fall victim to what I call the ready, aim, 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 aim syndrome. Gonna shoot, gonna shoot, I'm gonna shoot, gonna shoot. I didn't shoot." That's what he means. You must be willing to fire, unquote. Make a decision. Simple, but not so simple. Many people don't want to make a decision. They want somebody else to make that decision. And if they're right, okay, they were right. If they were wrong, oh, see, you shouldn't have made that decision. What were you thinking? You shouldn't have done that. How could you do that? Right? But they don't have the balls. They don't have the guts. They don't have that will-fire desire to do it, right? To step outside of their comfort zone, to get vulnerable, to get in that gray area, and to stick their neck out. And the leaders of this world do that each and every day. They do it every day. They don't even know it, right? Because with many of them, it's just second nature. I make decisions and I deal with the consequences, good or bad. And then I pivot from there. And my business pivots from there. That's how it goes. The people that are indecisive and want others to make decisions for them will always be backseat drivers. Always. They will never be leaders. And the world needs people like that, yes. But in your personal life, okay, put business aside, you're going to get driven into the ground if in your personal life you let everybody else make decisions for you. Your family, your friends, your spouse, okay? If they are the only ones that make decisions for you, you are getting led down a path, a different path for each one of those people, whether you like it or not. Because everybody has an agenda, myself included, okay? And whatever that agenda is, if people are making decisions for you, they're pulling you, maybe slowly, maybe quickly, down their path. Not going to happen with me, okay? I am positively focused, and everybody that comes down my path, okay, that's on their own prerogative. But I'm not going down anybody else's path. It's not happening, okay? I'm 33 years young, not old, young. And I understand where my life is going. I understand where it has been. So now, if you want to follow me, great. I'm not following you. If you don't want to follow me, that's even better. Get out of the way. I need support behind me. I need people that trust in me, that have faith in me. But that's not for everybody. As I'm talking about here, you can't let others pull you down their path indefinitely. But the acquiescence here and the compromise is you can join people on their journey, And I am happy to do that. And I do that every day. I support my friends. I support my family. I support whomever that I trust and I feel is on the right path for themselves. Like Jen Caputi, running for office for the first time. I support her. I trust her blindly. So what I'm doing is jumping in and out on her path. Hey, can I knock doors with you? Hey, can I put signs down? Hey, can I make a donation? Hey, can I mention you on our YouTube channel, right? I jump in and out. But I'm not a groupie to Jen's life forever. You get what I'm saying? In and out, in and out. Don't be pulled and stuck on somebody else's path. And most people don't have good paths, let's be honest. Or they don't even know where they're going. They don't even know where they've been. So you're going to let somebody that doesn't know where they're going, doesn't know where they've been, take you for that ride? Nah, not going to happen. So, what is Harvey talking about? 6 different points. Number 1, the impact of action we're talking. It transforms ideas into reality. So, he says, every great achievement starts with an idea. Without action, ideas are just that. Ideas. Action breathes life into them. So many of those people, right, they're sitting at the bar, oh yeah, I could have been the best quarterback, I could have been the best this, I could have been the best that. They had the thought, but they didn't have the action, okay? Number 2 is it builds momentum. Once you start taking action, you build momentum that can propel you forward, making it easier to take further steps towards your goals. So I want to buy a rental property. Okay, maybe that's your thought. First step, first actionable item, you get pre-approved with the bank. Okay, you got the pre-approval. Now you start to look at houses. All right. Now you start to ask realtors questions. Now you sign an agreement with a real estate agent to represent you. Then you talk to a property manager. Then you ask the property manager to join you on the tour. Then you really like something. Then you submit an offer. Then your offer gets accepted. Boom, 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 boom. Or you sit at the bar, oh yeah, I want to buy a rental property, yeah. Momentum. Brick on the wall every day, every day, every day. And then eventually, the wall gets built. And then what do you do with the wall? You put another story on it. Then you build another wall. Boom, boom, boom. Action, action, action. Number 3, it creates opportunities. People notice. They notice your efforts and chances. They come your way. That wouldn't otherwise if you had remained inactive. Okay, so with the church, I do the church. Speaker of the House, hey Greg. Mayor, hey Greg. Bankers, hey Greg. Insurance agents, hey Greg. Other companies, hey Greg. Giving me little things, right? Hey, this might help you. Hey, did you hear about this? Hey, you might want to look into that. Hey, I got this property over here. Okay? Little bits of opportunity that have been peppered on me, right? People don't like to give. So when they give, they're going to give little dust flakes. And then you got to grow that. Little seeds, maybe we call it. Throw them in the ground and plant something else. But if I didn't do the church, people would never said, he's got the opportunity to do this, because I never proved myself. I never showed and justified anything more than, all right, he's a property manager, I'll refer him a rental property. But once you start to take steps and do other things, people notice, right? You're sticking your neck out. Going to point, right, in the beginning of my segment here, sticking your neck out, becoming vulnerable, not being afraid to make a mistake, to take a risk. Other people see that, they gravitate to it, they join you on your path, and they give you something of value. Okay, we're all talking positively here. You could be the best drug dealer if you want, and I'm sure there's opportunities there too. Not my world, all right? Number 4, it overcomes procrastination, and that's kind of a given here. Taking action is the antidote to procrastination. It is easy to put things off until tomorrow, but actions demand the now and pushes past the inertia of delay. That's a simple thing. If you always say, tomorrow, this, that, then you're never going to get anywhere. But if you start taking those steps, procrastination becomes irrelevant. All right? Number 5, it fosters learning and growth, like I was just alluding to at the church. Through action, you learn what works and what doesn't, allowing you to adapt and grow. So if you're always not taking chance, right? You're always kind of like risk averse. You're never going to learn anything because you never did anything. So people say, oh, Greg, you do this, you do that. Oh, this didn't work out, or that didn't work out. It's like, yeah, I know because I did it. I tried it, I don't like it. Or I did it and I fucking love that. Get out there. Stick it out there. And right now, I don't really get too personal here, but with dating, for example, I'm dating women, and I date all types of women. I go and I meet them, I have a dinner, a drink, or whatever, and I learn something. Maybe that I like about them, maybe that I don't like, maybe about the female species, right? And nobody will ever know what that's about, or the totality of it. But you gotta get out there, okay, personally, professionally, and just experience and understand other people's perspective. Let them show you their world instead of trying to impose your will on everybody else. Learn from other people. And then you can learn from them. It's a nice trait, but everybody's so, I'm right, I never do wrong, I'm perfect, I don't need any, adaptation, I don't need any knowledge, right? And that couldn't be any further from the truth. I think we're as dumb and illiterate and unappreciative of education in our history, and we have access to it. Like never before. You have to go to a library and flip the fucking pages. And in 1767, okay, and then you would write it down, and you would be, that's how you learned. And I was hungry to do that. That way, too. Now we have access to anything. You can know anything you want now. And we're like, yeah, let me just scroll on Instagram. Look at dogs barking and cats playing with fans. Like I think we're overstimulated. But that has created procrastination. That has prohibited learning and growth. And finally, now we'll get to the 6th point. Action demonstrates commitment. All right? And people love consistency. Emilio Despirito, he says it best. People trust consistency. So if you see for 10 years, I've been posting these videos, getting 38 views. All right? But you trust me because I've been doing it. And it's not about status, it's not about money. I never, ever said, like and subscribe to our channel. Never. I just did. But I've never asked, right? Or forced, or told you. You can like and subscribe if you want. I'm not going to tell you what to like. I'm not going to tell you what to subscribe to. It's up to you. But the consistency of my content, whether you like it or not, you have to respect and you have to trust. And actions show that you are serious about your goals, as I am. It is a clear indicator of your commitment, not just to others, but to yourself. You do things every day, and if you look at what you're doing, that shows yourself how you feel about yourself. So if you're exercising, you're eating right, you're sleeping good, you're playing with your dogs and your kids, you're going to family functions, you're contributing to your community, whatever it is, that's who you are. But if every day you're smoking pot, you're drinking beer, you're eating pizza, that's who you are. That's what you think of yourself. Your actions are your identity. Your actions are your identity. You can't lie about that. You can't lie about it because it's what you do. And what you do, people notice. So if they always see you at the bar, they always see you goofing off, they always see you on the couch, they always see you on Instagram with the little green dot, they know you're fucking off. If they see you in the office, if they see you like Kyle Sabath, taking 98 calls every day, running around from appointment to appointment, they see that and they trust you for that and they respect you for that. So consistency, okay? It demonstrates commitment. So, in sum, I wanted to read this little final story to illustrate Harvey's point. He put it in here. A group of animals and insects decided to organize a football game. Somehow, the teams were organized according to size with all the big animals, such as bears, lions, and elephants, on one team. Rabbits, squirrels, gophers, and insects formed the second team. The score after the first half was 56-0 for the big animals. The second half began, and the lion was tackled at the 20-yard line after the kickoff. Then the bear ran up the middle for only a few yards. The cheetah attempted to run around the end and was tackled for a loss. The cheetah then looked at the bottom of the pile and noticed a centipede smiling. He asked, quote, "Did you tackle me? This is the first time I've been tackled all day," unquote. Centipede says, quote, "I sure did," unquote. The gutsy, multi-legged critter replied, quote, "I also tackled the lion and the bear," unquote. One of his rabbit teammates asked, quote, "Where were you in the first half?" unquote. The centipede replied, quote, "I was tying my shoes," unquote. Nothing is accomplished on the sidelines. Any questions, any comments? Don't like this page. Don't subscribe to this page. Put them in the comments below, all right? Once again, Greg Rice here in the bucket, your property and your action managed.